Ladies and gentlemen, HEX community of all ages, hey, Jake Freedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for this week's Showcase Card of the Week. So let's go ahead and get started right away. Let's go ahead and figure out what color we are going to work with this week here. Remember, 1 being Sapphire, 2 being Blood, 3 being Diamond, 4 being Wild, 5 being Ruby, and 6 being Artifact. So let's go ahead and roll the 1d6, and we roll a 4. So this week we're going to do a Wild Shard. Let's get rid of all the other colors other than Wild, and get rid of the resources. Alright, so how many rows do we have here? Let's take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 rows. Alright, so let's go ahead and, just to be fair, let's go ahead and roll the 1d6. Just in case we roll a 5. Alright. We're going to be pulling out of row 3. This row here. And the card number we're going to be working with is card number 10. So, here's 13, 12, 11, 10. This week's showcase card of the week is Wild Root Dancer. Awesome card, awesome card. I love this card. Wild Root Dancer, 3 cost, 2 wild threshold, troop, elf, cleric. When you play a resource, another target troop you control gets permanent +2/+2. Now, this is kind of a staple card. When I say staple, I mean it's bound to be in like a mono wild deck for quick ramp. Quick ramp actions for smaller troops there. But when you, even though it has 2 threshold, you can still splash this card in some other decks. You know, it doesn't have to be strictly a mono wild deck to be able to have this card in your deck there. It is, you know, for, you know, 3 cost, 2 threshold. Yeah, it's not super expensive, but for what it does, every time you play a resource, +2/+2 to a, you know, another troop here. So you can take the smallest card you have. Like, let's say you play, you know, let's say you're playing somewhat of a, not really somewhat of an artifact deck, but let's say you have like, you know, like Charge Bot or something in your deck there, and you have that out there, and you get Wild Root Dancer out there, and then all of a sudden you throw a resource down, and all of a sudden your Charge Bot, which is a 1 cost, now becomes, he's now a 3/3, you know. So this card here is phenomenal. I don't think they should change anything about it. I think it's perfect the way it is, and it works very well if you have 2 Wild Root Dancers out, because if that's all you have out, then they can buff each other. So then you have, you know, 4/4 Wild Root Dancers. It works really good if you have, like, if you're playing, you know, like a Sapphire wild deck, and you can give one of the Wild Root Dancers flight, or possibly both of them flight, and they can keep buffing each other. You know, this card is very versatile. You know, you can use it anywhere. I don't care if it has 2 wild threshold or not. If you want, you know, something that can do +2/+2 permanently, this is the card you want to put in your deck. Personally, this is how I feel. Now, I don't always run this card if I'm going to do like a, you know, a wild deck with some other color like that. But if I'm running strictly mono, I'm going to put this deck in there. If I'm running, you know, a dual color deck, you know, this is probably going to be, you know, in the top 90%. You know, a tricolor deck probably. I don't know if he would make the cut or not. You know, because probably if you're doing a tricolor deck, you have some other goal in mind. But, you know, from mono to dual color deck, this is definitely one of those cards there that, you know, I would definitely put in my deck. I mean, this thing is a beast. You know, it can do anything. You know, even if you are running mono wild, let's just go with the mono wild. Everybody knows the meta game mono wild deck. You know, that consists of the, you know, the Halloween Brave, the Chlorophilia, the Wild Root Dancer, the Fist of Bring-A-Dong, possibly the Battle Beetle, you know, what have you. For 3 cost, 2 threshold, every time you play a resource after that, I mean, we're always playing resources, are we not? Are we not always playing resources or trying to play resources? You know, so why not get a benefit from playing a resource other than, you know, obviously you're going to charge your champion, but why not give a troop +2/+2 in the same time? In the same time, at the exact same time. So I don't see any reason not to run this card if you're running mono green, mono wild, or even if you're doing a dual color deck. Why not splash him in there? Superior card. I love this card. Not a whole lot you can say. I mean, the card speaks for itself. You know, I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on it. I don't think, like I said, I don't think it needs to be changed. If they did change it, if for some reason CZE did change this card, if any changes were made to it at all, if they took away, like let's say they slashed out one of the thresholds, well then either one of two things is going to happen. Either A, it's going to go +1/+1, or B, it's going to go a 1/1 card. Or it could even possibly C, go +2/+0, maybe even +1/+0. But I personally feel that the way this card is built, the way everything words on it, the way it works, the way it interacts with everything like that, I think this card is perfect the way it is. I don't think anybody complains about it. You know, this is just a good all-around card, whether or not you're running single color or dual color. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on this card here. Go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and we can discuss it. Other than that, if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up so hopefully other people can find these videos. If you want to see more of these videos, go ahead and click the subscribe button. That's not the right direction. I think the subscribe button's over there somewhere. Maybe like here. I'm not sure where it's at. You know where it's at. You can see the big red thing. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos, and I'll have another video for you soon.